Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to the horror show. And I have, well, partly the usual suspects. Showbacks in class right now. So, guys, introduce yourself to everybody watching.
Hey there, it's Flipped Out. Guys, I think you might know who I am, but if you don't, I have a YouTube channel where I do movie reviews. I'm into Star Wars, do skits, and sometimes stream with my good buddy Rant. And I just wanted to mention that I've learned something recently. If you put your ear up to a stranger's leg, you can hear them say, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah, learned that the hard way. But anyway, that's me.
What a lead in. Hey everyone. I'm Atdawn. We got a YouTube channel in the community as well. I do a little bit of everything. I do some gaming, some movie reviews, and some live streaming once a week. And I'm always here down for the horror chat with Flip, Rant, and Shellback as well when he's able to join us.
Yes, that is right. He will be able to join us later
Looking
for a
forward
10
to it.
o'clock stream. Yes, it will be like a part two to this stream, I guess, right?
Exactly. Rant's Horror Show Part 2.
The
Dun, dun,
prequel.
dun. So today we're going to be talking about Scream and a little bit about the TV show. And you guys apparently just learned that there is one.
Yep. That is news to me.
Oh man. Well, do you guys remember how the Scream movies were in general?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the show it's somewhat like that, but they changed it a lot. It was everyone thought it was this guy that went on a killing spree before because he was deformed, he was in love with this girl, and he like went to go see her at a dance and some dudes jumped him, so he like killed about 5 or 6 students. And I gotta tell you, even though it was on MTV, like this shit is gruesome. Like I'm telling you, like there's guts and everything, you guys. Like it's awesome. It's crazy. Like for an MTV show, you wouldn't think it would be that crazy. But anyway, I digress. In the first episode, the very beginning, it's this like girl and guy sitting in a car, they're talking. He wants to get in, because she's alone home and all that. But she told him no. So she's gonna go like into her pool or something like that. But before she does, she starts getting messages on her phone, and it's of her undressing and stuff.
Oh boy.
And she thought it was the guy sending it to her because like he can hack computers and shit like that. So she goes into the pool and she's like going back and forth with him. And then eventually she finally says, come do something about it. And then she gets a text and it says heads up. And then his head lands into the pool.
Oh, come on now. You know she went swimming after she said no to her boyfriend. So she could stalk her and watch her swim,
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, but that got him killed.
Oh, he did try.
Yeah, that horniness got him killed, bro. I just said his head landed right into the pool.
So is the TV show like the same way, Rant? Like they know they're in it, they know what's going on.
Oh yeah, they know they're in the like. It's funny because there's this kid Noah. He's the new Randy, right?
Okay.
He says how you can't do a horror movie as a TV show.
Yeah. And
You
it
know
was
what I
Randy,
mean?
was that Jamie Kennedy's character, the guy that was like
Yes,
the
it
horror
was.
expert? Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I'm the horror movie expert.
Yeah, it's funny because in this show though, they really make it so you can't tell who is the killer because there's so many damn secrets in this one little town, bro. Like the mayor, his wife is a drug addict, and one of her friends OD'd at their house. So he has like security cameras in his house. So there's a video of him dragging the dead body off to wherever, and
Oh, wow.
apparently the people in the beginning of the show, like the very first episode, Tyler and Nina, something like that. Tyler and Nina, they got that video and started blackmailing the mayor. You know what I mean? So like people thought maybe he was the killer at one point because of that, because other people got the video and started blackmailing. Like it's just a whole chain of secrets. Like I can't explain it all. It's actually pretty crazy. But in the second episode, the way people found out that they were really in a horror movie situation was the killer sent out a gift to everybody in town. Like, for some reason, there's this strange network that's up that connects to everybody's Wi-Fi in the town. For some reason, a teacher had it who was sleeping with one of the students, by the way, and his pass is messed up because he was doing that before as a teacher, and the girl ended up dead. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. But he changed his last name too, so he was pretty damn suspect himself. But it was just crazy. Oh, Mr. P's channel, how you doing, man? How you doing? Thank you for coming by. Yeah, that's right. The current state of horror is Star Wars is a horror show. But anyway, so
for the real trilogy, to go off horror for a minute, like I'm super hyped about The Mandalorian.
I haven't seen anything for that yet.
Oh, they dropped some footage at Celebration. It looks really good.
Oh, for real? All right, I'll have to check it out.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt the horror stream for a minute.
It's good, man. It's good. But what was it? So like the show is really crazy because you never know like what, like he'll even clone the cell phone number, so he'll call from other people's phones and stuff like that. Like the killer just I wish I could tell you about like can I tell you a few certain kills?
Go for it. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now, so I'm getting a lot of the spoilers. So go right.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. The main character, Emma, she is annoying as hell. Okay.
Okay.
Like she is self-obsessed. She thinks she can fix the problem all by herself, right? But she's completely and totally weak and helpless. I mean, it's just the truth, and you can see it all in her. And her acting is terrible too. But that's besides the point. She had this boyfriend who cheated on her back at, like, you know, when they were on break or whatever, and she found out, broke up with him, and what happened to him again? She had to save him because the killer captured him and had him in a bowling alley, and when they saved him from the bowling alley, the killer kidnapped him again and brought him back to his own house when no one was there.
Oh wow.
Called Emma and made it sound like it was him, and had her come over with like popcorn and a couple of movies. Right? And then he calls her again and talking as Will, that was her boyfriend's name. Talking as Will, and then switches up to his original voice. And she's like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And he was like, "I would suggest you start running." So she runs through a farmhouse and she sees Will tied up to a chair. And there's like I don't know exactly what it is, but just think of a huge chainsaw, like it's farm equipment. Just think of a huge chainsaw right behind him.
Oh,
so
okay.
she starts running towards him, and she hits, of course, a tripwire, pulls a lever, and the shit cuts him right in half, man. Right in half.
Oh man.
Right in front of her, the blood spews all over her. Like it was crazy.
All that on music television?
Yeah, this is on MTV. Oh yeah.
On the television, music television?
Yeah. I'm being dead serious. Music television, bro. Like for real.
I've got to get into that. I love music.
Yeah, it looks like it ran for 2 seasons, Flipp, from what I see on Wikipedia. It was on for 2 seasons.
They were supposed to get a third, but I have no idea what happened to that. Honestly, it could have gotten a third, but honestly, the entire 2 seasons, you're gonna wish Emma dies. Like that's all I know, because she's just so annoying.
It sounds pretty good though.
It is good because the killer gets people to witness the deaths right in front of them half of the time. You know what I mean? Like they set it up perfectly, and it's just, I don't know. They actually did a pretty good job of twisting it to make it fit in our time. You know what I mean? Like how it is now
with texting and such.
Yes, that very much so. Very much so, yes. With the texting. Oh, yeah.
The original Scream, written by Kevin Williamson, it was actually inspired by true events, the murders in Gainesville, Florida in 1990.
Yes. I actually saw that documentary one time.
Oh wow!
My wife pointed it out. She was all like, "Babe, this is about Scream." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that really happened. Somebody wore a mask and ran around and killed people.
Hey, I mean, do you know why Jason wore what was it, a potato sack on his head in Friday the 13th Part 2?
Is this a joke? No. Why?
Because there was a killer in Texas doing that back in that time.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a joke. I'm
No,
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious.
yeah,
The
and the
town that
movie,
dreaded
you got it.
sundown.
You
The
got it,
town
Ray.
that dreaded sundown.
That movie's based on it.
Yeah, that's another awesome horror movie, by the way.
Oh
Another
God,
awesome.
yeah.
The
God, yeah.
original and the remake is pretty okay too.
No, the remake's pretty good, but the original is awesome. It's like
Oh yeah.
it's as gruesome as like The Hills Have Eyes sort of thing.
Oh yeah, man. Like it's crazy. I watched both of them back to back one day because my
Oh
mom was
God.
watching it, and I was just like, you know what? I gotta watch both.
You know, the last week, or was it last week when we were going to watch The Hills Have Eyes, or the one week before that? Whenever we did that,
Yeah.
I started watching House on Haunted Hill, and I'm like, I knew it had a hill in it, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but then I ended up watching the right thing. But
Those are pretty good movies too. The remake and the original with Vincent Price. House
Yeah.
on Haunted Hill for like classic horror. But to go back to the TV show for a minute, Red, actually it mentions on Wikipedia, it got renewed in 2017. It's scheduled for 2020, season 3.
Oh really?
Yeah, 6-episode third season. That's the
Oh
last update.
wow. Last night I heard they were gonna completely change the characters and everything.
Oh, okay.
is
Yeah.
Wes Craven still part of it?
Yes,
in
he
the
is.
show?
He's a producer and writer on the show. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what got me into even interested in even watching the first season, honestly. I was like, well, if Wes Craven's a part of it, then he's gonna at least make sure it's still Scream in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the creepy phone calls. But he doesn't always call right before he kills someone. But I'll tell you this, like he toys with people, that is for sure. Like he will toy with you. I mean, like I said, the boyfriend Will, he stabbed him already, had him hanging, like like it when you're hanging from your wrists for like however many hours, that's torture all in itself. So they made sure to make people feel it because it was crazy. Like I don't want to spoil everything. I'm not going to reveal who the killer is or anything like that.
Do they
But
tell you at the end of the season?
Yes, but you are left with more damn questions at the end of the season as well. All I can say is someone burns letters. That's all I can say. I know, right? Like I said, there's too many secrets. Like the girl Emma, her mom, she was the girl that like back in it was like 1980s. Something I think it happened back in the 80s when those murders happened. She was the girl that the killer was obsessed with and stuff back then. Yeah.
That's cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, his name was Brandon James. Yeah. He wore like the mask itself is his surgical mask or something like that. Like, did you see the mask already?
On the show?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a different mask on the show?
Oh yeah. It
okay.
looks somewhat similar, but it looks pretty cool to me. You know what I mean? Like it's a good remake of the mask, I guess.
Interesting.
The initial investor from Scream, Bob Weinstein, he almost didn't let them use that mask, the one that they used in the movie. He said it wasn't scary enough.
Wow.
So maybe that's why they didn't do it in the show, to see if they could try a new mask, or did the initial Gainesville Ripper use a surgical mask?
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter, I guess. Does it come off pretty scary though? I mean, I can't imagine like a surgical mask seeming too scary, but it depends on how you use it.
Wait, hold on. I had it as hold on. Let me try to. Wait, damn it, that's not it.
Yeah, up in Boston, they were like, "Hey, have you heard about the Gainesville Ripper?"
It's a real ripper.
It's a real ripper.
You see it?
I'm looking.
Oh yeah. See it now. Yeah, it does.
See, that's
definitely
not too
looks
bad.
like an update. Yep.
That's not too bad.
Not at all.
Like it's pretty crazy. You know, like just like how it's on, you know, like we keep saying music television.
Yeah.
It's really gruesome, man. Like I'm telling you, it is. Like I
I,
can't say it enough. It's pretty gruesome and it's awesome, you know. Like
Definitely have to check it out then. I'm surprised like Kevin Williamson isn't involved with it. He's not listed in the executive producers on Wikipedia.
oh really?
Wes Craven is Craven and the Weinsteins.
is that the surgical mask?
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't think that. I thought you were talking about one of those things Japanese people wear around their mouths.
Wow.
I was like,
That's like, you know, yeah,
Like a breath
I get
mask.
what you mean.
Yeah.
I get, yeah.
okay, that's
No,
cool.
that was literally for like after he had surgery and because his face is deformed or something like that. Like, he was born with a deformed face, so he wears that surgical mask
Cool.
after he had surgery. Yeah,
That's pretty cool looking, actually.
yeah. The show it's pretty cool because it has way more secrets, just like even more than the Scream movies did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Like
TV shows
it's pretty
typically
crazy.
have to amp it up, you know, like a
Yeah.
death every 10 minutes is opposed to every 30 minutes or something.
Oh, honestly, there's some episodes where there isn't a death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they kept it lasting. Like it's honestly pretty cool though.
This looks really good, actually. I didn't really. You had me with the surgical mask. I was like, yeah, no. But this is definitely cool.
I told you.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the movies though, I'm not gonna say it's better. Definitely not. I mean, you know, Scream is my favorite horror movie just because it could happen. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, anyone can go crazy and just start doing what they did. I don't know. That thought's always been there for me, I guess.
Well, they jump in the hell. They just like grab guns and walk in post offices and schools and just start losing it. What if somebody suddenly said, instead of getting myself shot to death while I do this, I could just do it, say, quietly, you know, same thing. I'm not trying to give anybody ideas, you know, but
Oh no! Oh no! Please, that is a disclaimer. Disclaimer.
yes, no ideas, no ideas.
No implications on flipped out.
I would never. I would never sit on a freeway overpass with a long range rifle either.
Wearing
You
a
know,
deer
dumbass-
mask.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Drivers. But yeah, you know, it would be better if someone went on some random instead of like running into what if I'm just saying, like, what if the opposite thing could happen as opposed to going in somewhere and start shooting everybody? You went in and started, you know, doing the opposite thing of that and started loving on everybody. Make a pretty good news story as well.
I don't know, man. Some people don't want to be loved.
That's why I'd make a great news story.
Just walking like, I love you. It's like, hey,
no.
Jerry, I love you too.
I meant sort of like, you know, I'm not wearing any clothes, love you.
Oh, no.
Like
that is definitely a horror movie. That is definitely a horror movie right there.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Oh, man. They can call it the trench. Because he just barges in with a trench coat at first.
Oh.
Or the coat. Who knows?
Right. Might want to wear a mask on that one and have some sneakers on too, so you could run the hell out of there.
Exactly.
Oh no, his ass is gonna be barefoot.
Oh.
You're gonna hear his feet smacking against the ground. You gotta hear that desperation.
His name will be Rodney.
Oh no.
Last name Longrod.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, this stream has once again taken a turn.
Exactly. Always on the turn. Getting back to the Scream movies, right? It sounds like you know them a lot better than I do. I've seen the first two and then a couple of the Scary Movies and similar like knockoffs like Know What You Did Last Summer and stuff like that. What's your favorite of the Scream series? I think there's 5 movies.
Oh, there's 4, and I will
4?
have to
Okay.
tell you part 1, of course.
Okay.
It's what started it off, you know. I mean,
Gotcha.
and you know, just Billy and Stu, they were awesome. I mean, the very first 2 kills. I mean, Drew Barrymore's kill was that right there always stuck with me. Like, yo, they left this girl gutted, hanging in her tree for her parents to find. You know what I mean? I was just like, damn, that's real. You know what I mean? Like
I'll have to
that
watch
always
them
got to
again.
me.
I'll have to. I haven't watched them in quite some time. Like we were talking about it this week, doing the show based on it, but I
Yeah.
haven't watched them in such a long time. I'll have to go back and revisit the ones I've watched. Maybe watch the rest of the series as well. Because I was looking up some facts as well, like before we prepping for the stream, and I saw that the guy who co-did it, like Kevin Williamson, the guy who co-did it with Wes Craven, also was the creator of Dawson's Creek as well.
Oh,
Really?
And yeah, he was the creator of Dawson's Creek, and there's actually a nod to Scream in the show in Dawson's room because he's like the movie fanatic. The ghost face killer mask is actually hanging on one of the walls.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did not know that. I was like, wow.
Oh man. Oh, Mr. Pete's channel gotta go. See ya, bro. See ya. I just realized that. Wow. Sorry, man. So what would you say is your favorite then for the both of you?
well, I can't remember I can't remember 2, 3, or 4. I remember the first one, and I really liked it. I liked the twist at the end. You know, spoiler alert that the guy did it. You know, because for some reason I just didn't have him pegged at all. He just was like hey, he hangs out with everybody, and he's one of those guys. He has his girlfriend. They love each other, and everything's cool, man. You know, why would he? You know, he just didn't come off like the type of guy who'd do it. The guy that kept making you think did it. You know, the boyfriend of what's her name? I can't remember their name. You know, you're
Sydney?
like, huh?
Sydney? The main girl
Sydney,
or
the chick, yeah.
Tatum?
Sydney's boyfriend.
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, you kept thinking, oh, he's always there and hopping in windows and acting creepy. But
He is creepy.
yeah.
Hey, wait, hold on. Sorry. No Indian-phobic Sid.
Hey, no way.
What's up, phobic?
All right. Keep on going, Flipp. Sorry.
Oh, that's my favorite one. Yeah. What about you, Atdawn?
I'd have to say the first one as well because I've only seen the first 2, and then, like I said, some of the spoofs like Scary Movie and stuff like that. But the first one again, because just like Flipp said, the twist is so good at the end that it turns out to be Billy, and that cast is just so packed of like mid to late 90s like big names, except for like Billy, like Skeet Ulrich. He was supposed to be like the next big thing, and like he did a couple things, but not much more than like Scream was like his pinnacle, and then it was after that. But like Rose McGowan and Drew Barrymore and what's her name? Neve Campbell. She's the main one. Is it Neve Campbell?
Yeah, that's
yep.
Sidney Prescott.
Yep.
It said I remember their characters' names better than their actual names. But I'll always remember the Officer Dewey. You know? Oh man, David Arquette.
Oh yeah.
That's my dude.
Forgot
right
he's
there.
a cop.
Yeah, that's my dude right there. Ready to Rumble, 8-Legged Freaks.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, he's in some great ones as well.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was so funny. I remember that part when the sheriff was standing there, like he was talking to the sheriff. And he's like, I thought you were keeping an eye on Sydney. And then he's like, oh, I am. I just went and got myself. And he took a big bite of ice cream. Like, yo, that was just so funny. That was so funny. Another thing that I always thought was funny was the fact that the cops knew they were throwing a party. And they're all like, oh, well, they'll be okay because they'll all be together. And Randy was the only one saying, like, yo, we shouldn't be doing this. But he still participated. That's the funny thing. He still participated in the party. He should have kept his ass home, right? He knew not to go to the party.
That's hilarious. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen the other two, and I didn't know that he's in all four. Like he survives all of them.
No, he's only in part 2. He only
Oh,
gets
okay.
survives up to part 2. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
he's listed in the cast as maybe it's
Oh
flashbacks.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's flashbacks.
Yeah, it was a sad one. In part 3, it was a videotape. He left a videotape of, he was
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Hey guys, if you're watching this tape, I didn't survive what happened at
Uh-oh.
like during the college years." Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, "Randy?" Like, I can't remember how old I was back then, but oh yeah, man. Randy was my dude. And then he died in part 2, and then I see this videotape. I was just like all emotional and shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. Good old Randy. Good old Randy. Yep. If you ever find yourself in a horror situation, you do not do drugs, you do not do alcohol, and you have to listen to your head on your head.
Yep.
Because if you don't listen to your head up here and you listen to your head down there, you're gonna die. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to. And also have good running shoes. I would suggest that. Yeah, good running shoes. Yeah. Seriously though. You know what might help you survive in the Scream movie? If you don't have a cell phone. And if you get rid of your house phone, then they can't call you.
True.
They'll just have to like come into your house.
Yep.
And you'll be able to hear it because your house will be more quiet.
Well, in today's thing with nobody has any home phones, a lot of people would be more safe. Everybody just got cell phones. Not many people have landlines anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And that's what's awesome about the show too. I'm not gonna get back into it. I'm not gonna get back into it. So you guys haven't really seen wait, what? How am I talking you out of your beer, man? What?
No way is saying that we're talking him out. Stop talking me out of my beer. Oh, I don't know. He means that he's drinking too much, or he's laughing because he can't drink because he's laughing so much because we're so good. I think that's what he means, Rant.
Well, he is drinking right now, and that's one of the rules. That's why he's realizing what he's doing wrong right now. Yep.
Oh, that's what it is. Boom. How did I not pick up on that? We're doing a horror stream.
Yep. If you see a severely burned guy with a brown hat and striped sweater with nicer fingers, you better run. If you see a guy with a hockey mask who's very tall and built with a machete, you better run.
I'm gonna take out a camera. I think that's a cool thing right there. My last picture, that machete slicing at me, I'll be like, "Hell yeah, do it, brother!"
You want to know what would be awesome for a remake of Friday the 13th? People actually are dumb enough to try to catch footage of the famous Jason Voorhees.
It's
funny to see if the legend is real.
It's funny you mentioned that. It's funny you mentioned that because watching the show, like watching the movies as a kid growing up with one of my friends that lived in the same neighborhood, we used to watch them all the time. And I can't remember what part it's either part 3 or 4. I think it might be part 4, the final chapter where Tommy Jarvis, like Corey Feldman's character, is shaving his head to try to look like Jason.
Yeah.
He finds an article. I think he finds like a newspaper article, and it's actually like there's a picture in the newspaper article of Jason like holding the machete over his head, like about to slice down on whoever's taking the photograph. I'm like, who the hell's taking this photograph? It's like photographer did not survive encounter.
Indeed.
Oh, what's up, Cub?
Oh,
he's gotta hit the hay. Catch them Z's, bro. Catch them Z's.
Yeah, man.
Make sure to watch out for Freddy.
It's like 1 o'clock, like 1:30 there for them now, right? Pretty sure it's 5 hours they're ahead right now, maybe 4, but still, that's pretty late.
Oh man. Well, I am sorry, you guys. Yes, catch them Z's and make sure you have about 10 dream catchers around you or something. Try and keep Freddy away. I'm not even joking about that.
Gotta catch them all.
Because I mean,
Noah's over there too. Noah's in like a European time zone, man. So we got some international guests visiting us in our community, members of our community.
Oh yeah, because we are true diversity in our community.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
That's right.
We're the original
That's right.
diversity. I don't care.
The original.
Exactly.
Yeah, no way says it's 2:30
Oh.
there now.
Oh my gosh, bro. Stop torturing yourself and go to sleep. Like, I'm just gonna say it now. Like, go to sleep, man. Oh man, that's crazy. But oh wait, the more tired you are, you might be weaker in your dreams. So yeah. I don't know if that's really a thing. I'm just making shit up. That'd be kind of cool if they said that though. That'd be kind of cool.
What's that?
Oh, if like the more tired you are, like you know how they try to keep themselves awake, it makes them weaker in the dreams. Like they can't fight back like enough. You know what I mean?
Ah, okay. So you have to go to bed, like you have to go to bed well rested in order to put up a good fight.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That'd be a good horror movie idea. Similar. It's like a different spin on like the Dream Warriors.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool one. I actually like that one.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
After the first one, it's probably the best of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Yeah. And
The
then
second one is like kind of, and oh god, that remake. See, like we always like whenever we talk remakes or whenever I talk remakes with people, is like, and we talk Friday the 13th because that's probably my favorite horror series out of the three big slashers of Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'll always choose that, even though I don't like it, it's got its warts. The 2009 Friday the 13th, I'll choose it over that Nightmare on Elm Street or the two Halloweens we got from Rob Zombie. The first one's okay. The second one is like, it's not even a Halloween movie. I don't know what's going on in that movie.
Mainly cursing. I mean, I can stand cursing, but that one was just like over the top. Like
You got
it was
it.
just so over the top.
And like the graveyard scenes with his wife on like the unicorn, like the horse. I'm like, what am I watching? What is
the
this?
white horse.
Yeah.
They gave some little definition of it in the beginning and stuff, you know, like, and of course you're not really gonna pay attention to it. I mean, you're gonna watch Michael Myers. Like, who cares about a definition about the white horse? Like, what the hell is that, right? And then when you get to the end of the movie and stuff, and then you see the freaking white horse, you're like, so I guess I should have paid attention to that shit in the beginning. Like, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
man. It was such a disappointment in the second one.
Yeah, exactly. The first one was much better. The guy who played Loomis, like Malcolm McDowell, was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was nice because in the first one they had, what's her name back? The girl who was in part 4, the little girl.
Oh, Jamie.
You got it. They had her actress back, came back to play like the Annie character, the sheriff's daughter that gets killed.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Did you see those, Flipp, the Halloween remakes?
I didn't see the remakes, but I saw Rob Zombie's, what was that, Super Killer 3000 or whatever it was?
House of a Thousand Corpses?
That's it.
Did you guys see that the third one's actually coming out? The third part of the trilogy is coming out.
Oh, what are they called again?
I can't remember, but I saw it all over Twitter this week. I was like, wow, he's actually done it.
Yeah, he hasn't been coming out with a whole lot lately, has he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. It's probably because of what happened with Halloween, too.
Probably.
Probably been, like, you know, trying to scrape up stuff. Oh, man.
3 from Hell.
3 from Hell. Yes, that's what it was.
3 from Hell. Yeah, he's completed. It's done.
He killed them all in the last one, didn't he? They all got shot down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they come back from hell.
Let's see. I'm going to that top tier news source, as EVS likes to put it, comicbook.com. Let's see what he says. It just says he's finished it. It doesn't have a release date yet.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
Nothing should have a release date these days, right?
Not at all.
Oh, man.
But no, I'll definitely go check that out. I didn't mind the other ones. Like, they're not my favorite horror movies, but they were entertaining. And I know Rob Zombie, like, he's got some issues, like the way he handled the Halloween franchise. But the dude lives and breathes horror movies. Like, he's very true to he's a fan. So you got to give him that at least.
Yeah, that's true.
He tries.
Yeah, but in the second one, he let way too much of himself in it.
True enough.
Hey, Cinedave, how are you?
Dave.
Oh man. So you guys don't would you want me to tell you a little bit what happens in the third one of Scream, like the third movie?
Yeah, sure, man. I'm good with spoilers. If Flip is.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, man.
All right,
I'll
as
probably
long
watch
as
them
you know.
anyway. Like I
All right.
read spoilers like crazy, so it's all good.
All right, well, I'm gonna tell you right now that the killer is no, you know what? No, I'm not gonna tell you guys that. I can't tell you guys that. Because all right, you know what? I'll tell you guys this. The killer ties into the entire story. He's the one he actually got Billy and Stu to start killing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Really?
like he's the source of all of what happened to Sydney. Like it's pretty awesome.
So there's like a mastermind behind the first two.
Yes, pretty
Gotcha.
much. Well, the second one, he didn't expect it to happen. It was just, a coincidence type of thing that apparently Billy's mom would be crazy enough to, start killing too.
Hmm.
Oh man. But anyway, yeah, the third one, it's funny because you remember Cotton Weary?
From
Who was
the
that?
He was the guy that got blamed for Sydney's mom's murder.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The
He's
weird
like
guy.
he's the second one to go. He's the second one to die.
Right. He's
mhm.
that weird fella.
Yeah. It was pretty funny because he didn't believe that it was happening, and then he gets home and his wife was already like terrorized by the killer. So when he gets into a room, she hits him, and the killer kills her right in front of him. And then what happened? I can't remember exactly what he said, but the only thing the killer wanted to know was where Sydney was. But it was just funny how he died. Honestly, you think he'd know how to handle it better because he's already been through it. You know what I mean? I just didn't expect him to die so like easily.
Gotcha.
But what else happened? It's all based about like in Hollywood. They're trying to make another stab movie. You remember those, the stab movies?
Yeah. Spoofs, basically.
Yeah, like they made spoofs about the actual Scream movies within the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like Stab 5 or something like
Yes.
that. I can't
Yep.
remember. But yeah, people are dying on the set in the order of how they die in the movie. And it was funny because, Gail Weathers comes along, of course, to scoop up the story. And Dewey's working there as security for the lady that plays Gail Weathers. And they seem to have like a little thing between them. So the real Gail Weathers is jealous the whole time. Like throughout the entire movie, it was hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, you sleep at her house? And he's like, I have an RV outside of her house. And she's just like, you sleep at her house? Oh man. But anyway, Sydney, she was like far off, like all by herself. She did like a hotline job, and one of the calls eventually it was actually the killer calling her. It was actually pretty cool. That part was cool. There I think it's Patrick Dempsey. I can't remember if it was him. I remember it was a guy with curly hair, Detective Kincaid. He was a cop that worked with everybody, throughout the murders and stuff. Those two actually somewhat had a relationship at the end, but in the fourth one, she's all by herself. So I guess at some point they broke up. But what else happened in the third one? I don't know. I don't want to tell you everything, but it was actually pretty cool. It's all about Sydney's mom's backstory. Because what was it? Before she had Sydney, she like disappeared from their hometown for however many years to try to become an actress. And every time the killer killed someone, they left a photo of her mom behind, like saying I killed her, and other stuff like that. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining it as good as I should.
Well, it's a visual thing, right? You gotta see it.
Yeah, you gotta see it. You gotta see it. In part 4, honestly, it was I can't even really describe that one. I can't really describe that one. It's not the best one, but it's pretty okay. The killers, I'm not gonna tell you who they are, but one of them is kind of cool. One of them is kind of cool, but the main killer behind it all is extremely annoying. Like the reason behind it is just wow. Like I'll tell you the reason. It's because she wants to have fans. She wants to be the new Sydney.
Oh, okay.
She wants to be the one that had a tragic thing happen to her and all that. Like have this, like, and have a movie about her and all of that crap. Like it's pretty, like it was just like really, really.
And that's part 4.
Yeah, that's part
That's the
4.
one that came out like well after the first 3, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like there's quite a gap.
yeah. It came out. Hold on, I'll look it up right now. It was like 2000 something. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to say it was like the early 2010s or something.
Yeah, 2015.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was wow.
And Scream came out in 1996.
Yeah.
Unbelievable how long ago that was.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
4 years almost. Jesus.
Yeah, they still had like it was funny because in part 4 Dewey was the sheriff at this point of the town, and Gail Weathers, she was no longer a reporter. Her and Dewey are married. They don't have kids. Sydney, she got famous. She wrote her own book, and yeah, that was about it because there's no one else left from the group. Everyone else is dead.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad. It's sad. Like there's no one else left. You know what I mean? See, no Randy. God damn it. Anyway, I digress. Part 4, it was the kills were pretty okay. I mean, it was funny. Sydney had a publicist that handled, all of her shows and stuff like that. And Sydney wanted to stop doing the book stuff because the killing started again. And Sydney fired her while they were at the hospital because they got attacked and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And the publicist was in the parking garage. The killer called her. Eventually, he just corners her and stabs her. And as Sheriff Dewey is addressing to, the public how they're getting very close to catching the killer. They have a few good solid leads. He throws her body right on top of a news van.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. Like I honestly thought that was hilarious. Like yeah, I was just like, yes. I mean, she was all about being up, like, all about the news and stuff like that, knowing about stuff or whatever,
Mhm.
wanting to be out there. She's definitely out there now. That's live. That is live.
Her moment of fame.
That's what I'm talking about. And it's on a news van at that, so there's irony.
Oh god.
There's irony.
Breaking news coming right now.
That's what I'm talking about. But there was another kill that was just pretty crazy. Like they got what was it? It was some girl. Like there was cops sitting outside Sydney's house, like where she was staying. She was staying with like an aunt or something.
Okay.
So there was cops parked outside, and her niece's friend lives right next door, and she was considered as the hot girl and all that. Well, the killer called. I can't remember her name, but Sydney's niece was watching a movie with another friend, and he started calling them, and he was all like, "How's the movie?" And they said, "How do you know we're watching this? I'm in the closet." And they well, one was talking to the killer, the other was talking to the friend right next door, and they thought it was one of the girl's ex-boyfriend, and they're like, "Oh, he's acting all weird. Hold on." And the other girl's like, "Oh, he's acting weird." And then he said to the killer said to the girl, I never said I was in your closet," and busts through the girl that lives next door's closet and starts killing her.
Oh no.
And it was brutal. Like I'm talking, like he stabbed her in the back and she tried to fight back, but like the way he threw her down, like bro, it was so hard. And then he just God, like it was crazy. Like there was blood all over the room, Like it was
wow.
nuts. Yeah, that was probably the craziest kill, I would have to say in that one. Yeah. But it was funny because there was kind of two know-it-all guys in this one. There was two. Like it was kind of cool how they made it more modern in this one for sure, because they were saying how at this point the killer should be trying to record their kills and upload it, online and stuff before they get caught. And
Oh yeah.
one of the kids constantly wears a friggin' like live stream camera on him at all times. Like he live streams his like daily life at school. And they're both like, oh, not to implicate him. Like, you know what I mean? Because they ran a club that was all about horror at that in the school. Like they ran, like it was like social. Damn, I can't remember the name of it, but it was all about horror movies, pretty much. Anyway, It was funny because Gail Weathers, just to try to find out like what the killer would be doing nowadays, she went to those two, guys and was all like, "Hey, what if you got a special guest in your audience today? From me." And they're both just like, "You're gonna bring Sydney with you, right?" I mean, she's the star. Gail got so pissed. Like it was funny because they were just upfront about it. Like, yeah, you're Gail Weathers, but we would rather see Sydney Prescott. Like it's all about her.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I'd be the same way too, though. I mean, yeah, you're cool and all, but at the same time, I'd rather talk to Sydney. Like you can bring her along. Do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I wonder why they always have to be so brutal in horror movies. That's somehow disturbing. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? I mean, there's one thing I would have to say about brutality in horror movies is that that's the whole point of it. I mean, look at Michael Myers, the remake of Halloween. That one, they made him really, really full of rage. I mean, you remember that guy that took care of him in the mental hospital?
Yes. Yeah.
What's the actor's name? I know him. Danny Trejo. That guy.
Yeah. In the Rob Zombie ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a ton of movies. But anyway, this guy was the nicest person to Michael Myers. Like even nicer than his mom. Like I swear. And Michael didn't stab him. He beat him up a bit and then drowned him in a sink a bit and then took a TV and threw it on top of him.
Yeah.
I mean, damn. And I'm not talking like
he was all like, "Oh, it's okay, Michael. Everything's okay," sort of thing. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not okay.
And let me tell you, he stuck his head in that water about like 8 times or something before finally killing him with the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that shit was terrible. I was just like, oh my gosh, no. Oh man, I was just like, how could you do this, Mikey? Like I even started calling him Mikey real quick. I was like, Mikey, like, man, so crazy. Yeah, there has to be brutality in it, or otherwise it's not someone being crazy and savage, That's just all there is to it. Oh man. But anyway, back to Scream 4. What else? Oh yeah. It was funny because in the town, it's been years since, all the murders happened and all that. I mean, the murders happen in other places, but they host what's called Stabathon, like the teenagers do, where they watch all the stab movies and stuff like that. Like it's always sometime around the anniversary and all that. It was cool because they thought the killer would strike there, but the killer waited to strike at the after party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the killer made an appearance there. I can't remember exactly what happened. Oh yeah, Gail got stabbed or something like that, and that's why the party got shut down, like Stabathon. And then they ended up going to one of the girls' houses and having a like Stabathon there, pretty much. Yeah. Let me ask you guys another question. I just thought about this, thinking about the girl's house. Why is it in the stab movies and stuff they always have to have like like a huge house? Did you realize that?
Yeah, like they were always in mansions.
Yeah. And even in the TV show, it's like that too. I'll tell you that right now. Like these are spoiled ass high school.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's what I was gonna say.
Except for one of them. Will, he's a farmer, so he gets a pass. Like he was actually one of the dudes blackmailing the mayor. It was actually kind of funny. He was like, dude, I actually need this money, okay? I actually work. He's like, look at your damn truck. But anyway. Sorry, see, I'm ranting a bit.
No worries.
But yeah, they always have these huge ass houses, man. Like they're huge. I don't understand. I don't get how you can have this huge ass house and know the entire layout and you still get killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You have all these places to run, but you're still not going to make it no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, seriously though, man. I mean, you remember how big Stewie's house was in the first one? Like, you remember how big Stewie's house was? Like the house at the very end?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you would think, like, at least Sydney would know that house well enough a bit. I mean, that's one of her friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. That you'd be able to avoid people or find places to hide.
Yeah, like seriously though. But at the same time, I mean, one of the killers was the owner of the house, so.
Yeah, true. Can't really evade somebody who knows it better.
Yeah, that's true. It was funny to find out that he was the killer, though. It was funny to find out Stu was the killer. Like he was just funny about it. He was funny about it. I think one of my favorite parts though was when they started giving each other the battle scars, and then Sydney escapes, and then Billy's talking to her on the phone, and he gets mad, and he throws the phone at Stu, and he's like, "You hit me with the phone, dick!" And then, then he gets on the phone with Sydney, and he's like, "Did you really call the police?" She's like, "You bet your ass I did. My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me."
Exactly.
That part's so hilarious. That part is so hilarious.
You seal it.
Oh man. That was a funny ass part. I love that part. What would you have to say is your favorite part from the first Scream?
I like it when the chick goes flying up in the garage door and gets killed that way.
Oh god, yeah, that kill's awesome.
That was a good one.
Character, whatever her name was, I can't remember.
That was Tatum.
Oh. Indeed, it was Tatum. Yep.
was that Rose McGowan?
Yes.
Yeah, that kill's awesome.
What about you, Atdawn? What's your favorite?
For kills, I'd have to probably say the same.
Oh, really? I'm going Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. They're both pretty, both very well done.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I mean, who in the hell thinks, hey, I'm gonna go through this doggy door?
Right.
I mean, I know your life is in danger, but like you are in a garage, literally a garage. You have tons of things to throw at him before thinking, hey, let me try this doggy door.
Don't worry, I got this, guys. It's all good.
I mean, it's not like she's Mr. Fantastic and can just stretch and compress her body small enough to go through, Oh man. Oh snap. We are 5 minutes away from 9. We're gonna have to, cut the stream now. Sorry guys.
Good, no problem.
Stay tuned, people, because part 2 will be coming back.
The sequel.
You guys want to plug your channels or?
Yeah, it's flipped out. Get flipped out. And back to you, Atdawn.
Or flipped out will enter you. Oh God, I died when I heard that one. Thanks, Flip. I'm Atdawn. I've got a YouTube channel in the community as well. I do a little bit of everything. I do a mix of gaming, movie reviews, and some live streams once a week with Cub and Jez. Usually it's on Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern. This week we're actually probably going to do it on Saturday night instead, just because of the Easter holiday. And I always enjoy being on here with you guys, talking horror. Love this stuff. I could talk horror all night long.
And I like being on here with you guys too. I really appreciate it. I did want to leave you with one last thing, just a little piece of advice. The first sign of AIDS is usually a big pounding sensation from behind. So be aware of that. And have a good evening.
Oh man. Everybody, please sub and follow Flipped Out and Atdawn, or otherwise you will get some creepy phone calls from me, and I will also be in your bushes. Yes, in those bushes. So, thank you all for joining us tonight, and stay tuned for part 2. And as always, keep on writing.